As Roche bashes Nightfall just for effect. Waveform will be used to dodge the Echo Stomp. Jabs already with the BKB, finds Toronto Tokyo in the tree line. He's going to pop his Greaves.
He wants to get out though. He's just buying time.
Use the Astral Spirit. Toronto Tokyo keeping everyone back. And Nightfall looks like they're going to get a free Roche here, but you can see all the Cindermeister Aurora versus BETBOOM that he has is Ollie. Still wants to fight, it seems. Astral Spirit upon him. Sticky Bomb is there, though. And save. Should be able to get first blood. Indeed, he does. I'm surprised Ollie just went right back.
Not get the full CS because Morph can play on high agility, but at the very least, you're not getting bullied out of lane and dying. So you get to reach your timing at a decent pace. And you see Miero here has essentially tied the lane with the Morph. Toronto Tokyo, big damage here. He will live. For now.
Blood grenade. Yeah, he lives for about 2 seconds longer. You were technically correct.
I didn't say he was going to live forever. Nobody does.
To take him out. Level 5 on save right now.
Yeah, 5 on Ollie as well, surprisingly.
Yeah, Miero going for the chase. 23 Savage now. Oh, he gets doomed up.
He got him.
And the attribute shift not going to do too much now. Blast Off is there to take him out again. Miero will be the trade as Jab's making his rotation over with a nice pulverize. End up taking out saves. 23 Savage is what they would like to take out, but
I think that's not too surprising.
Oh, Blast Off. Double mines as well. Lorinov has to expend a little bit of time to try to kill them. That's going to set up the rest of BETBOOM to be able to just right-click to their heart's content. Down goes the mid laner. They steal Black Hole. Or Doom. Doom is even better, actually.
Save with a good movement, but they still fight the angle.
Does run into them eventually. Static Link applied. And Miero can only just run in the opposite direction and eventually die. Save with the double mines. Jab's going to keep him in place with the onslaught. Disarm, but it matters not. Pulverize into the Fade Bolt as the Centaur destroys Aurora and then dies shortly after. We'll always remember Cecilia the Centaur.
Do you feel like Valve should change Primal Beast so when you type in chat it is always all caps?
That would be a nice feature. Q gonna tank the gank. Miero looking for more. It's gonna be the second support in the form of Ollie. And Q eventually will drop. Blast Off connects onto the ET. So 2 quick support kills. Well, maybe not that quick.
It took a long time to kill the Rubik.
And the Black Bolt is there.
And you're losing quite a bit of time where BETBOOM are just ramping. Going off to find GPK, instantly broken on the link.
It's going to be the damage room bottom. Toronto Tokyo forcing the issue. Blast Off going to be helped out by the Malefice. ET ult basically dodged entirely as GPK is infested. Lorinov is going to use his BKB. Q is who they have their sights set on to start things out. He's an easy one. Lorinov able to TP in the midst of the golden item.
A big part of what made Jugger relevant in some games was that he could win lanes convincingly. Because Blade Fury was such a high damage spell if you were playing him with something like a Crystal Maiden or a good stun or Veno, a strong slow.
Okay, this could be interesting. BETBOOM in the pit. Lincoln's now on Nightfall, but Aurora.
He did buy it.
Aurora are coming. Jabs with a BKB. Pulverize is going to start things out as GPK's courier's killed apparently. And Jabs might have to run away because not a whole lot of damage was done overall, but they get the Doom.
Did he doom a Lincoln?
Rubik. He must have, because I don't see it on anyone, as 23 Savage going in pretty deep. Gonna focus on Toronto Tokyo, deletes him from the face of the map as the counter Doom is applied to Doom himself. Gonna try to walk it off, but you can see the Rolling Thunder just being used to full effect from GPK. The buyback now from Toronto Tokyo. Looks like the Doom will survive his own spell save with the Blast Off. One more right click will do it. 23 Savage wants to finish it off, but no, not gonna find it. Instead, he's gonna get Black Hole. There's a perfect placement as Jabs came in with his onslaught. Still no kills though. There's the Black Hole stolen on top of the Lifestealer, but Q will die for his sins. 23 Savage looks to be next on the list as BETBOOM win this fight handily. They get 3. I believe that was a dieback onto Toronto Tokyo, but that is it. As Ollie will be the next to fall, and Roche should go to BETBOOM as well. Adaptive Strike. Those are the 3 main ones.
I would say Morph also, but...
Yeah, true. Oh, 22 Savage. They pop the Lincolns, he gets doomed, and he dies. He's just dead. He stands still, knowing that it's coming.
Of course, the X factor of the Enigma is coming more and more into play. This hero has been banned against BETBOOM in a lot of their recent games. after Toronto Tokyo showed his prowess on it. Well, Aurora opt to let it through. Probably regret it here. It's not like they've been massively owned by Black Hole or anything, but they've definitely not been able to exploit the fact that BETBOOM picked it first. Rage will be stolen. The Rubik, a little bit of extra protection. You're not going to just run him over like you can with other cores sometimes.
Yeah.
The Pango is tough. When he gets ult off, he messes with you really hard. The Enigma as a support is a problem. Well, we'll see. This is an important moment for Aurora.
Jabs gets the BKB off with the Pulverize. Infest comes out from Nightfall, and now the focus is Jabs, but he has that Aghanim Scepter now active as the Rolling Thunder will be applied just for the Primal Beast. 23 Savage doomed again. It's only a matter of time before he drops. Jabs in the corner. Ends up falling. 2 cores dead already. Lornoff first hit bash for Nightfall. Very fortuitous, as that'll be the 3rd core for Aurora. Only the support survive. That is not a member of BETBOOM.
That is 23, who
smiling about something.
Is step by step approaching 23 times doomed this game.
Yeah, hard game. So bottom set for BETBOOM. They likely retreat for Roche, although the melee racks is open for the taking. And they're going to back away. And Jabs, some counter initiation, trying to keep them in his base. I'm not sure if that's actually what you want. 23 Savage goes in very deep. They pop the Lincolns again. Black Hole applied, and the damage is too much. 23 Savage dead again is a beautiful blast off onto several heroes. A stolen Black Hole onto 4, but your damage is no longer there as the GGs come out. And BETBOOM stomped their way through game number 1.
Ooh, I don't know about that one, though.
You don't know? Like in a good way or a bad way?
In a bad way for Aurora.
Oh, okay.
K is starting to run away with it a bit. Impale onto Ollie. Ooh, nice timing on the hack. This should be first blood as Miero will get it with the Scorched Earth.
Dude, save is so good this tournament so far. I feel like he just does well more or less every game. I think we've seen 1 or 2 games, perhaps, out of all of them. Just kidding. Save, what are you doing?
Yeah, he really stood his ground. It's like, we can take you. No, never mind. It's just not long enough duration right now to survive. And I feel like in these Huskar games where they take over, they don't die this early on. As they're trying to go on top of 23 Savage against Pop the Fairy Fire to survive and save. Will die instead. Tag team continuing to be applied from Q, who's had a really good game so far. Sunray, great blocks from Q as well. 23 Savage. They're trying to give the kill to him, and they will end up netting it.
And since he's taunted, he can't turn direction, I think?
He can't do anything.
Yeah. So you'll force him to continue rolling the way that he is, but because he can't attack you, he'll still roll.
Nice Impale from Save as TP support's coming for Miero as GPK showing off his life break, but the Infest is going to keep his teammate alive, and GPK is the one to fall instead as the Rolling Thunder continuing to be used to Toronto Tokyo's demise. A great turnaround there from Aurora.
Isn't that funny that you can't really tell what it is, but you can just tell that it really is there?
Yeah. Oh boy.
But this is a real specialist hero.
Swash into Rolling Thunder, and he's stuck inside the shards. Actually gets pushed to the other side. See if that ends up benefiting him. Inner Fire's there as well, but Q comes in with a Walrus Punch, and that's the death of GPK. Nightfall making his TP rotation. They get the egg. They might be able to clean up the Tusk as well, and they do.
Good
but
punish.
Huskar's game is rough stuff right now. I have another mechanics question. Is Jabs seems to be reserving these arenas for save.
I don't know if I like this halberd here. I don't think it does much.
Oh, Miero, they do spot him. Arena, Spear. No rotation coming out, so should be a freebie for 23. Although Ollie takes it. Used to that going down pretty early for the Huskar.
Yeah.
You dominate the lane so much there's no hero to even defend.
Very true. Another illustration of a failed execution there.
We have the blink initiation from Miero. Doom onto the Mars. He really wanted that haste rune, but
this time I was gonna say he's gonna finger him right. It's not.
Yeah.
Not fooling around anymore. If there's a Sunray behind, if there's a Tusk save, there's a Mars arena covering you. I think you could have definitely grabbed yourself a bit more of the map than just what you did. But it's what's been happening in a lot of Aurora's games, is that they don't really push the advantage as much as they can, because they're, I think, hesitant about the counterplays. This would be a dead Toronto Tokyo, more than likely.
Jabs on the high ground. He's infested. Initiation from Jabs. BKBs galore. Toronto Tokyo gets a nice freezing field off, but ends up falling first. Now the focus right now is on the Lifestealer. 23 Savage gets bursted. And now Jabs left all alone as the Superman coming to finish the job. 3 for 1 for BETBOOM. Spot Lorinoff, who blinks away. Now he has Lincolns. And the Infest bomb is coming. Ooh, Arcane Rune. Lorinoff's going to be very happy with these two.
And they're going to run straight into each other here?
Yes. Inner fire to start. Q's going to pop the BKB. GPK has to try to run now as the egg is placed. 23 Savage focusing on the Huskar. The Doom comes out, though, and it is on the Lifestealer. Lifestealer at half HP. The finger is there. That should be the death of him. So it's a 1 for 1 to start as Nightfall starting to clean up. Q takes a tumble, but save is taken out by Lorinoff, taking advantage of that Arcane Rune, but now he's going to get Infernal Bladed. Swash will burn the rest of Miro's mana. Now Nightfall not able to find a connection here.
Boy, that was close. They did a really good job shutting down the Huskar so he didn't get to hit the egg. If that egg does not explode from Ollie... Oh, okay.
Okay, Stormhammer.
Crazy.
Wants to go in this 1v3, but Miero coming in to focus on Ollie. Toronto Tokyo's there as well. It's off the Frostbite, but the Yules will keep Ollie safe. Another Frostbite to come. Jabs. Rebuke on the run.
The timing on that Rebuke plus Seal Totem made it look like the
Swash
longest
with
Rebuke
the bash.
ever.
Toronto Tokyo does fall.
Okay, I like this. Teammates are not even remotely... okay, wrong word. Teammates aren't too close, but doesn't matter. Yeah, BETBOOM cannot fight without God Strength. So, go for the next one. He's getting to work.
23. Lincoln's was popped. There's the Rage. Miero going in very deep, but he gets hexed right away. Arena to follow. He's stuck. He's getting right-clicked down, and he is dead. Save looks to be next.
Big mistake.
Buyback for Miero, and this is going to open things up for Aurora in the base of BETBOOM.
Miero didn't pre-click his BKB before blinking. That's Blink 101 in this stage of the game against Hex.
23 Savage. Another minute and a half. They should be able to get this second Rax unless BETBOOM want to fight without their Doom. Impale into the inner fire again. We'll have to wait out the disarm. As Jabs I have the double arena here pretty soon, but Nightfall wants to fight. He's going to get bashed, though, after the fact. Trying to finish off this hero, but GPK pops the BKB inside the arena, but Nightfall is the one that gets bursted. 100 seconds of no Sven, and the perma-stuns applied to GPK. GG's called. This is going to game number...
Playing like Undying Morph, in theory, should crush Mars.
This might be the dive we were talking about, maybe coming top. It will be bottom instead. Jabs.
Jabs. Tombstone is placed. 2 TPs coming. Blastoff is there. They burn his mana, but he pops the wand. Gets a nice spear onto the Morphling. Gets Cookie to safety. Toronto Tokyo. Looks like the Adaptive Strike will finish off Jabs. Toronto Tokyo, though, left in no man's land. He will be the trade eventually. BETBOOM will still be happy with that. They cause all these rotations. They only lose the Undying.
Play around the Tombstone while it still matters.
23. 23.
Here we go.
X. He's going to use Stone Gaze right away. The Torrent does hit. Boat did not come, though.
Nice
Torrent Storm will be avoided completely. Sticky Bomb slows him down. Don't think they're going to follow this up. But the follow-up instead is by Jabs inside the arena. Gets everyone from BETBOOM, basically. They're getting decimated inside the Mortimer's Kisses as well. 3 dead for BETBOOM. Aurora win this fight easily.
They will have all their spells soon again. Tombstone is the bigger one that's down for a bit. 30 seconds to go on that. Aurora will start poking their heads in.
Yeah, they can start to go for Roche if they want. Gonna scout it out. Jabs with the early arena. Using it more defensively, though, this time is 23 Savage with the Stone Gaze. Look at the damage from the Earth Splitter. GPK is dead. Save dies and buys back. 23 Savage is surrounded. Has to be a bit careful. Will pop the Manta on his retreat. X finds him. Torrent Storm. The Torrent actually does connect. Now the buyback comes out from GPK, and they have enough damage potentially for 23 Savage. He's out of mana now. As Nightfall connects, they will burst down the Medusa eventually.
Do they have any follow-up?
Echo Stomp up to 4 heroes, but the follow-up not there while the Medusa is dead. And now Aurora on the retreat. Yep, and there we see the butterfly now there for 23 Savage, and gonna finish his disperser next, and then knowing that Nightfall built a butterfly will go MKB.
Okay, let's see. Open on the Medusa again.
He's spotted. Got some teammates nearby. Blastoff is there. Arena to counteract this. Do they have the damage? It looks like Save is going to fall first, along with Jabs. As 23 Savage running out of mana, he's going to be forced out to the other side. Will be able to TP out. Miera living on barely any HP.
He's in trouble here.
Waveform. Lauren off. Waveform is there. Adaptive Strike gets deleted. And Q spotted by GPK. Couple zombies helping him out here as well. Cold Snap will... does get the Glimmer off. The Cookie to the low ground, but Nightfall, Adaptive Strike. Triple kill for him. So it looks like Miero did end up falling. So it's going to be extra tanky.
This ward is really good, by the way.
I'm sure they're going to want to fight while this is still up. It's 23 Savage, going to be in range of X here pretty shortly. Has the Disperser, gives him that extra move speed, but the X is there. They want to fight under the cover of the Tier 1 tower. A nice arena onto basically the entirety of BETBOOM. Torrent Storm comes out, but the Medusa is looking A-okay, but Nightfall goes in. There's the blast off onto 3 along with the disarm. Lornoff taking the brunt of the damage, has a BKB trying to go high ground. Sunstrike not even needed, and you can see 23 Savage trying to waddle away.
5
attempted TP out.
Oh my god.
These Echo Stomps have been absurd. That could have been so much worse for Aurora. They lose their Lina. Question is, how fast can they do this? BETBOOM need to contest. This is Refresher Shard, Aegis, and Worthless Banner. They smoke on the outskirts as well.
This is very close.
They are getting close. Miero, really tanky. Torrent is coming. Roche will fall. 23 Savage secures the Aegis. Tombstone is placed, as you can see the Earth Splitter ripping through Toronto, Tokyo. And here comes Jabs via the Gobble Up. Arena comes through, but look at 23 Savage. Life number 1 bursted by Nightfall. And now he's kind of segregated from his team a bit. They're going to focus everything on him. Blastoff is there. His team has nothing in the tank, it seems. Echo Stomp doing a decent amount. 23 Savage basically out of mana now. Adaptive Strike connects. Torrent will keep him in place. He can he's just getting bounced all over the place, doing a decent amount of damage, but he does fall in the end. Cookie from Q, he wants to try to finish off too, but instead he's going to get waveformed and right-clicked down by Nightfall, and Ollie and Jab stuck in the tree line. They will be spotted. Cold Snap upon Ollie. He will be the collateral. As the Tornado not going to need to find its mark.
Yeah, with a Pike there, I think Aurora win the fight, actually.
Yeah, BETBOOM want to take advantage of this. Alacrity on Nightfall is no joke. Fortification used by Aurora. They have the Medusa back in 12 seconds. Might cost them the melee racks, though. This is going to go down quick. There's the Gobble Up. Gleipnir to follow. LSA actually will not hit, but Echo Stomp does. There's the Mars. Okay, he actually uses the BKB, but the attribute shift was already popped by Nightfall. 23 Savage makes his way over. Stone Gaze and BKB pop, but the rest of BETBOOM now on the run. Torrent Storm keeping the rest of Aurora just locked in their base. Look how close they are to the base. They want to jump 23 Savage. Tidal Wave at its ready. Torrent does not hit, though, but the EMP pulling him in slowly. Triple Tomato Meteor, whatever the hell you want to call it. Center is Nightfall. Pops the BKB. They have the burst. Down goes Medusa. The buyback still at the ready, though. The Torrent Storm doing so much work. Ollie takes a tumble, immediately buys back in the game. Do BETBOOM want to dive any further? Will they reposition for another set of barracks? 75 seconds of the Medusa. They're going to have to buy back at some point. Potentially find the opener here as Jabs jumps in, gets the sheep, but the attribute shift already popped. So the Morphling is going to survive as a result, at least for a little bit longer. Alacrity's still on him, but he's getting bursted. My goodness! The damage from Lornoff, absurd. 23 Savage now going on to Miero. He'll pop his BKB. The Gleipnir stops the teleportation, and they'll find their second kill. So a good buyback in the end. As Roche bashes Nightfall just for effect. Waveform will be used to dodge the Echo Stomp. Jabs already with the BKB, finds Toronto, Tokyo in the tree line. He's going to pop his Greaves.
He wants to get out, though. He's just buying time.
Use the Astral Spirit. Toronto, Tokyo keeping everyone back. And Nightfall looks like they're going to get a free Roche here, but You can see Ollie trying to go in. What is he going to steal here? Did he get the refresher shard? He might have. He dies for his efforts as 23 Savage BKB TPs. Lorenov not going to be so lucky. The LSA not going to hit anything. The tidal wave bringing him back. He's been abandoned by his team.
No buy.
And that's 2 dead. He still doesn't have the buyback. And that is enormous for BETBOOM. 5 versus 3 for the foreseeable future.
What a non-play from Aurora. They're just standing there getting zoned off by Undying, by Kunkka Wave,
They
by
got the refresher shard.
Invoker spells. They get zoned off by everything and they're like, fuck it, I'll jump in on ET, try to see if I can steal anything. Gets the least important item there. Obviously Banner the most important, Age the second most.
Onto the high ground, BETBOOM goes. Going to try to force out any potential buybacks, but of course we know they don't have them right now. There's the gobble up. Stone Gaze from 23 Savage is applied. Nice spear onto the Morphling with the blast, or the cookie to be applied as well. Do they have the damage? It's going to be close. He gets the Yules off just in time. Waveform in. Now the focus is on the Medusa. Nightfall. He is getting so much HP from this Satanic. And that is going to force the buyback onto the Medusa. Double kill for Nightfall as these members of Aurora are dropping like flies. The Rax goes down now. Wind Waker from Jabs. Going to force out the other buyback onto the Snapfire. But Jabs is dead. No way to get back into this game. Tidal Wave not making the full connection. Triple tomato for the road. As Q will go back into the fountain as his base is getting decimated. BKB used from 23 Savage. Will actually use the refresher shard. But now it's a 2 versus 5. The Echo or the Elder Titan will be back in just a moment. Nightfall trying a 1v1 battle here. Pops his refresher, will waveform away. No more BKB for the Medusa. As the tier 4 is about to drop. We'll see if BETBOOM want to play this a little bit safer. They still have the Aegis as Nightfall is going to get X'd. We'll heal up a bit more. Salve, okay, very nice. And they're going to try to finish this game once and for all. Jab's dead for 50. Echo Stomp does hit. 23 Savage, you can see Ollie getting that BKB charge, essentially. The Gleipnir from Lorenov. He has to back away, though. 23 Savage with the Stone Gaze save. Looks to be done. He can buy back, though. And you can see the Minefield Sign doing a good amount of work as the Laguna Blade tickles Miero, just brushing it off as the Ancient fully exposed. Nightfall with the Alacrity, pops the BKB, wants to focus on the Ancients, pops the Satanic, focusing now onto Ollie. Waveform in as well, blast off, will connect, and the disarm to follow onto the Medusa, completely useless as she's just getting bounced around left and right as the Ancient will fall. BETBOOM wins the series, which means no tiebreakers.